Hi, everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with,
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
And it's our monthly modality message as the sun moves into the sign of Virgo.
Happy birthday, Virgos!
Happy birthday indeed. And if you haven't been here before, the monthly modality message is a unique way of looking at tarot and astrology by rather than using the elemental associations of the zodiac, we use the modalities because there are three of them. Cardinal, fixed, and mutable. We're going to talk about them more in a moment, but basically each of those modalities contains one each of the elemental signs. So you are unique in that respect because you're not actually put together with your other elemental associates. You're put together with those who operate from the modality that you operate from.
Right, what he said.
Okay, so cardinal modalities generally tend to be originators. They kind of create energy and or focus towards a situation.
And they are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn.
Then you have the fixed modalities, and fixed modalities more or less retain and support the energies of cardinals or whatever, and those are...
The fixed are Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus.
And then finally you have the mutables. And mutables basically review energies and or try to come up with ways to change it and retool it or find better ways of re-expressing it for the next monthly cycle. It's out later, so there you go. Okay, then. So let's get started then with our reading.
With our cardinal signs, again, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. This is for you for the Virgo season.
All right. Why are you laughing?
No reason at all.
I feel as if my style is being cramped.
Oh, well, it is by a cat. Not me.
Alrighty.
All right, then. So, cardinal signs. What changes will you initiate this month? It's Virgo season. Oh, I like it already. Fellow cardinal signs, the 10 of Wands reversed. So, the 10 of Wands reversed is basically about releasing burdens, letting go of those things that have been bogging us down. So that's the changes you're going to initiate. I mean, you're going to find ways to eliminate the things that get in your way of getting to the important stuff.
Well, it may also be about a personal liberation too, in a sense, too. The idea that what really has been keeping you from your dreams, your desires, you may be trying to figure out ways to deburden yourself of those.
Exactly. So let's go on to the second card. How will you nurture and cultivate your goals, desires, or relationships in this Virgo season? Ooh, Mr. O.
And it is strength.
What an awesome follow-up to that card.
It's upright. So in terms of cultivating, it really is getting in touch with your own instinctual nature, understanding where force works and where force doesn't work, where understanding and compassion works, where it may not work as well, but where you still might want to keep it in mind.
Right, so how you will nurture and cultivate your goals, desires, dreams, relationship is by determining where this force needs to be applied and where a more gentle approach is needed, and necessary, a more subtle approach, So, because it's not always about, being heavy-handed. It's about knowing when to apply enough pressure or work to a project and when to lay back.
So it's really on a case-by-case basis, because sometimes the things that work in maybe your neighborly life, your good neighbor life, don't work in your coworker life, or don't work in your dealing with your parents' life versus don't work dealing with your romantic life. Everything will need a different approach. And so this is you taking the time to take that look.
Card 3. How can you gain cooperation or support from others in the month ahead? And we have the Hierophant upright. Well, you know, I think you will gain support from others by taking...
This is good.
Picky, picky, picky.
I use how it looks that way.
I agree. I'm sorry. Taking a more traditional approach, taking a more standard approach to things. You know, sometimes you have to nudge people along into, you know, progress. And maybe taking a more standard, traditional, familiar approach might be the best way to gain cooperation.
To the degree that the Hierophant sort of represents a sense of authority too, it is maybe possible that you will have to delineate those lines in various relationships, whether they're work ones or, once again, the neighbor or the friend scenario, depending on what these situations are about. Choose your moment well. I mean, you don't need to be a bully about things, but there are some things that maybe you need to sort of demonstrate a sense of being in control.
And finally, how can your talents and resources best be put to use in this month ahead? Wow. It's the Sun. How nice. Well,
Beautiful, yes.
how about just let it shine, you know? Just put it all out there, you know, everything you got. Give it everything you got, because it will get noticed, you know. It will definitely, you know, attract attention and results. That's the most important thing.
For us here on planet Earth, and maybe nearby even, the sun is the center of our solar system. Everything revolves around it. Everything has its place and is held in place by the energy and magnificence of the sun. So you just need to think about that in terms of things, that this is how it all ends up working out, because it's really about knowing when and how to apply all these powers and strengths and energies we've been talking about.
So let's recap for our cardinal signs. Basically, the first card is the Ten of Wands reversed. And so the changes you initiate this month will allow you to focus more on the important stuff. You will alleviate the things that are bogging you down and holding you back from progress.
And don't forget that this could be some real personal things too, that this may not just be steps in your journey of work or whatever it is, but this may be really personal concepts about yourself that you will be finding ways to let them go, to change them.
So how will you nurture and cultivate your goals, desires, and relationships? Well, by, is that the right one? Yes, I'm sorry. How you will nurture them is by applying, you know, understanding when to push your agenda and maybe when to use a little bit more of a subtle approach with, you know, with things.
It's all about knowing how to approach. And once again, this is talking about mastery, and it's mastery that we're seeing in this whole reading.
And okay, and how you gain cooperation from others is by, you know, doing things that aren't too unconventional, too out of the ordinary, things that people are familiar with. I mean, if you approach them with things they understand and processes that they are familiar with, I think they'll be more than willing to cooperate with you.
Where necessary, basically delineating the lines of who's in charge.
And ultimately, the best way to put your talents and resources to use is just put it all out there. Give it your all and shine. I mean, let yourself shine. I think that, you know, there's recognition. There is definitely success in doing so.
Be the center of it all.
Woohoo! Sounds great for us cardinal signs. I'll let you shuffle first this time, Mr. O.
So that was the
Yes.
Cardinals, and now we are going to move on
To
to
our fixed sign friends, like Mr. O here. That's Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. Oh, excuse me.
Don't forget to watch some of our other programs. I'm not going to show the screens for them, but we have my shows, Goth Tarot and the Outlook on Emotional Exchanges. And then we also have Banshee's show, The Material Matters. And those are normally listed. I'll probably run the list at the end, and you can see the times and dates.
So, fixed signs. What are the qualities you need to display in order to make a positive impression on others in the month ahead? It's the four, Mr. O.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
That's all right. Switch cameras. It is the Four of Pentacles here. The Four of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so this is the qualities you need to display. Well, maybe you need to tout how...
Frugal responsibility.
Pardon me?
Frugal responsibility.
Fiscal responsibility.
Sorry.
Fiscal responsibility. The need to say also that you are prepared, in some ways to tackle the month ahead. That you have everything you need, but of course that you are going to be a good steward of those resources.
Right, just basically saving money where it can be saved and being fiscally responsible where it also needs.
Right. What can you share with others or allow others to share with you? Uh-oh. It's the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is reversed.
Well, it may be possible that you'll understand that certain situations that have social components, whether they're at work or home, maybe new opportunities, maybe there's going to be a small delay in some of that, or maybe there will be some frictions between certain parties, and so your role might be to kind of smooth that along a little bit.
Well, I think the Ace of Wands sometimes reverse talks about lacking motivation, lacking enthusiasm. Maybe this needs to be talked out. This is a time to share this with others. The fact that you don't feel really motivated right now, or there's something dampening your enthusiasm, or vice versa. Perhaps others are having issues. Maybe if you feel like people are half committed to whatever you're doing, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a material matter, maybe you want to question them about it and say, hey, what's wrong? Can I help in any way? And how can we resolve this?
An open door policy.
Yeah. So what role will your connections or the connections you make, friends, families, associates, intimate partners, what role will they play in this cycle?
And it's the Three of Pentacles upright.
Wow. It's really interesting. Combination of cards here.
So it could be that people will be noticing or appreciating, recommending, or somehow feeling really positive about your efforts, your work, your talents and skills.
Yeah, there might be a lack of motivation or enthusiasm being shown here with this other card, but I feel that people feel you really have it together, you really have it together, and that, you know how to pull a team together. And actually, now that I think about it, maybe that's what this is all about here. The role connections can play in this matter is working with you as a team on your goals. Maybe they will be able to overcome. Even if they don't, that's part of it here. They are working together with you on your goals. So, we will I think we're going to go back and recap this. I see a connection now here I may not have seen before. So,
okay, that's fine. I'm good.
How will you be able to achieve a balance between work and pleasure in the month ahead? Oh my. Well, we have the Death card reversed. I'm not sure how I feel about this one.
Well, it may be feeling that you'll just have to enforce some downtime in some respects, or it may show that circumstances really are suggesting it's time to let something end naturally, even if it seems to be taking its time. That maybe there's a sense of something new coming, but it's going to take more than this cycle to get there.
Well, the balance between work and pleasure, and I see death reversed, I can't help but think that an inability of fixed signs to let go of something in this month ahead. Maybe it's your work, maybe it's a relationship that needs to be let go of, whatever the case may be, an inability to let go of something is messing with your work pleasure balance somehow.
That's interesting. I guess I could have to agree with that.
Yeah. So let's take a look at this again and try to recap it. It was kind of a little bit of a mishmash here for you, fixed signs this month. I did it again, didn't I? Sorry I put those cards up there. All right, so the first card is the qualities you need to display to make a positive impression on others. Just to show them that you have everything you need in reserve to tackle whatever it is you need to tackle. But also that, you're just not going to go willy-nilly here and waste your time, your energy, your resources. You're going to conserve and you're going to be responsible with how you manage your time, energy, and resources.
Indeed. So then...
Oh, I'm sorry. What can you share with others to allow others to share with you?
It may be that there's a sense... I'm drawing a blank here. What did you say?
There's a sense of lack of enthusiasm or motivation here. And I feel that some people, maybe they have some reservations. Maybe they're just having a bad time in their personal life, or maybe it's you. And you need to talk to people that you are involved with, in whatever this matter is in your life, and make sure everybody's on the same page and feeling it. Because if not, there might be less of a chance to succeed.
Maybe it's saying that it's okay for asking or having somebody else step up.
Right. And so then the next card, what role will your connections or the connections you make play in all of this? Well, was it this card?
This one.
It was. That's what I thought. Sorry, I have them a little... Anyway. So the thing is, I feel the connections are going to feel that, you really shine here. And that, and also that you are an able leader of a team. They maybe want to come on board with your team because maybe after you guys work this out with the motivation and the enthusiasm, whatever is wrong, you will realize that together, working together, you are stronger.
It's really like they do look to you as being the de facto team leader if you aren't.
And finally, how will you be able to achieve balance in this month ahead? Well, it's not going to be easy. It really is not. And I feel that
it's a slow process, and you may find that you'll want to start over again at some point if it seems like it's really going nowhere.
It's possible that, change is necessary. Some type of movement or change is necessary for you to achieve this balance. And it seems blocked here. So I feel that something is blocking your progress, blocking this ability to maintain balance this month. And you need to let go of whatever that is. Let it go with love.
All right. So onward then.
We are finally on our mutables. Hey, mutables. Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo. This is for you. Well, Mr. Sunny's behaving.
I really like our new screen.
I do too. Shameless self-promotion. Nice job, Mr. O.
Aw,
All the way around.
blue and calming.
Are we having a blue moon? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I know that on today, the day that the sun moves into Virgo, is also the full moon.
That's right. It's full moon also.
All right, mutables.
Okay. What will you need? How will you need to shift your perspective during this cycle? And you've got death upright. What do you know? So, mutables. So that you would get the card of change. Obviously, in order to shift your perspective, some change is in order.
It may be more than being flexible. It may be more than just really understanding where there are inherent things that need to be changed.
Right. You realize that change maybe has been needed for some time, and it looks as though this is the time to do it. And once you change, your perspective will change along with it. How are others' emotions affecting you? The Five of Swords, upright. Well, it's not affecting you very happily.
There's a sense that everyone is maybe against you, or that you are embroiled in conflicts. Some of them you feel are petty or beneath you. Some of them you may feel are not. But you just sort of feel like really you can't necessarily get away from having to deal with them.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a conflict that, you and somebody have initiated with each other, or if this is something that people are pulling you into. But, and if it's the latter, if people are trying to pull you into some disagreement, try to avoid it if at all possible, because really nobody wins here.
Right, because it could very well be, like Banshee's saying, and that I should know too, is that it's really the conflicts around you that maybe aren't necessarily yours, but they are pulling you in. You need to watch that.
So what do you need to know or find out about to better position yourselves for success? The Ten of Swords reversed. Wow, coming up after that. Well, I really think that you need to realize that what's done is done, and you can move on now. You can pluck those 10 swords out of your back and start moving forward now. Leave the baggage behind, leave the drama behind, and move forward.
It's kind of similar in a way to the upright Scorpio there. It sort of represents reversals, changes, turnabouts of sorts. And so this could very well be that this is a sign for you to basically let the past be the past and be the better person.
And finally, what kind of adjustments will you need to make this month in order to be more effective and achieve success? It's the Star reversed. Well, I would say what you need to what adjustments you need to make to achieve success involves your attitude, involves the self-doubts maybe that you may have. And maybe after undergoing some of this stuff that you're dealing with this month, you might have accumulated a bit of a lack of confidence or self-doubt, or maybe hope is dwindling for the future. So the adjustments you need to make is to realize, that things are on the mend now, and that you need to focus on the positive.
Right. You're feeling like maybe you're living somebody else's life, but you really are living your own. And it is a matter of just going through this cycle and seeing that change started the cycle, change is continuing the cycle, but ultimately you arrive maybe somewhere more stable.
And that is our reading.
Was
Let's
that the review?
recap it
Yeah.
for the mutable signs. So mutables, here's what I see. We start off with the death card. So basically, how you need to shift your perspective, you just need to radically shift your perspective. How about, when you're thinking about, let's just say, God, I'm trying to think here. Brain fog is setting in. When you're thinking about options that you have, what is the most far-fetched option? I mean, I'm just thinking, take a radical outlook, take a radical perspective. Look at things you may not have considered doing before. The death card calls for radical change.
Well, some of the aspects of Scorpio death are about regeneration, and so that implies maybe thinking about your health too. And so that's something too that you can do, that you can change and will affect you, is maybe considering what you can do for your health.
Okay. How are others' emotions affecting you? Well, let's just say somebody or bodies are trying to pull you into some drama, some arguments, some fights, whether it's just one-on-one, mano-a-mano, somebody's coming after you or you after them. Really, you should try to avoid a confrontation. Nobody will win here.
Nobody will win. It's best to stay away from it.
And that's magnified by what kind of adjustments will you need to make. What you need to find out to better position yourself for success is that you need to focus on the fact that you're moving away from this, that things are improving. There's no reason to get caught up in other people's dramas because things are moving in a more positive direction now.
This card may suggest that you have actually already fought this battle yourself and won, whether it's that immediate situation or whether it's a past situation. But the result is the same. You don't need to be there.
Well, and what's funny about that? I almost think because the Ten of Swords is reversed, Mr. O, it's like you're standing up and walking away now. You're moving on. You're walking away. So you to better position yourself for success needs to walk away from that drama. And that is the win here. And ultimately, there it is. What kind of adjustments do you need to make this month in order to be more effective and achieve success is to maintain a positive attitude. Don't let self-doubts and don't let others with their dramas try to bring you down.
Right. You started off believing in yourself, or you can believe in yourself. It's really coming back to that center. And, considering the month, it may take you a while to get that total reflection, but you will get back there.
You will.
You will.
So that's what we have for everybody for the Virgo season. If you've liked this reading, do like our page and please consider subscribing. If you have not, we really appreciate that and your support always.
We live stream twice a week. We also do occasional other video programs or things of interest. So check us out, and we really appreciate you coming to this. So until the sun moves into Libra.
Also, I just want to add one more thing, because I always do. He was ready. That was such a good sign-off, too, Mr. O. Can you repeat it in like 2 minutes?
I don't know, but go on for 2 minutes if you wish.
I just wish to say that if you like what you see here, visit our website, order a reading from us. We'll be happy to send you a reading in style with the two of us reading for you.
And a lot of that information is usually printed in the trailers before and afterwards, so you'll see how to get there. But yes, Banshee's right. Come to our page. We have blogs there. We have other videos there. So check it out and maybe consider a reading.
And until the sun enters
Libra.
Well, we hope to see you at our other shows.
Alrighty.
Take care.
Bye now.
Bye.